HappiDaze here. In today's video, we're going through my teams for TM. Went through the buildable teams yesterday, so not too much has changed on here, except for kind of the last couple of fights. So let's just go through it real quick and show you what my teams are going to look like for TM. So on the Enel stage itself, I'm going to keep my team exactly the same, just because the Bonnie unit that's on here just takes care of the increased defense, the attack down chain buffs, as well as the special rewind that happens on the stage, combined with the Halloween Luffy, who helps take care of the blindness that you get on this stage. It just makes it like a breeze to go through. This is definitely how they wanted you to get through this stage. Super easy, and we're just going to use that team that you see here to get through it without too many problems. Don't need any supports on any of the characters there. And you'll get through it nice and easy, just like the team that I had showed yesterday. In terms of the Crocodile fight, again, this is another team that I am not changing. I'm going to go ahead and stick with Blackbeard as the captain. He helps get rid of the barriers. He lets you hit through barriers. In terms of what we're doing to get rid of the resilience, the limiter lock, as well as the damage threshold, we're using the Queen unit that you see here. He takes care of all three of those, and also you get 1 turn of paralysis as soon as you do any damage to the boss through a special. So he has the Jack unit on here who will help you reverse that 1 turn of paralysis when you use his special. So you want to use like the Blackbeard special first, for example. That way it triggers that interrupt, and then you can use the Queen special after to get rid of the paralysis and all the other debuffs. We're using the Jinbei here as well to help us get through the Rainbow Shield. You can do his special twice, which will let you get through that without too many problems. And you'll pretty much bruise through the stage without too much issues there. When we start getting to Katakuri and Doffy and the boss and intrusion, that's where we start seeing some changes there. So on the Katakuri fight, we're switching our teams up. So we're using the Shanks leader here. The combination of Shanks and the Int Lucci kind of take care of all the bad buffs there. So the Lucci unit takes care of the special bind that happens, and the chain unit, chain down and the chain attack down can get healed by the Shanks. We do want to make sure that we get rid of both the Intimidate and the barriers, and in order to do that, you have to be able to basically trigger Shanks' super type, which requires to have 2 characters on the crew. You can check out what those characters are, but I am using Mihawk and Luffy here to trigger that super type. That way we can go ahead and use the super type to get rid of the intimidation, so we don't have to worry about that. And then as part of the special, we can get rid of the barrier. So makes it really easy to get through that content. Shouldn't be too much problems with the double Shanks there, and we'll be kind of golden there. So let's go ahead and talk about Doffy, who's the next one. So again, we're switching up. We pulled the legends for all anniversary. We pulled all 4 of them. So basically what we're doing here is for the Doffy fight, he's a Psy unit or a Psy boss, so we want to go ahead and use Int Luffy to go ahead and take him down. In terms of what he can do, that HP cut is the biggest thing. He gives you pain for 20k damage for each special you use. He gives you some attack down, some bind. So how we're getting through this is that we're using Luffy on stage 2. We'll trigger his super type, which requires 3 people or 3 of his Straw Hat units on the crew, as well as some others. But as long as you have 3, you could basically do a 30% heal that allows overhealing. So the idea is on stage 2, go ahead and use 2 super types, get 60% of our health on top of our 100% there. And that will just let us use as many specials as we need on the pain stage at the end there. We're going to go ahead and use the Kuruma unit still in the bottom left-hand corner there to go ahead and give us defense on stage 2. So when we go into stage 3, we have the 8% damage reduction, just kind of minimizes that HP cut that you take, just letting you use more specials. The Carrot unit that you see here is being used to go ahead and allow us to basically, get rid of the bind, not have to worry too much about that. That combined with the Rayleigh Captain ability will let us kind of get through the bind, and then we have the pager support to help us get through attack down. You could throw supports on any of these other units here to also help with attack down. I think I actually might be missing 1 turn of attack down because you get 3. But just throw support on the Jinbei or Frankie, and you'll be golden. There's more than enough supports that they have that'll take attack down for you. So it should be pretty easy to get through the content. Sorry, I forgot him there. So that is the Doffy stage. So yeah, you just use the Kuruma special on stage 2, 2 Luffy super types, and then on stage 3 you can go ahead and use 1 Luffy special, the Carrot and Nami special. And then we have the Jinbei and Frank units in the middle there to be able to just get rid of the ship behind, just to give us more damage there. I don't think it's the end of the world if we don't use them. They're really there just to trigger the super type of Luffy, but with this team, you should have more than enough HP to go ahead and be able to, use 4 specials at least without too many problems on that stage number 3. So going into the Kaido and Big Mom, this is kind of where you see the most heavy legends that we have here. So what happens on stage 2 for this is you get 6 turns of rewind on 2 and 3, and you get 2 turns of rewind on row 1. So how we're getting around this is we're using the Ace unit here. He's going to go ahead and take care of 10 turns of special reverse in his captain action, or captain ability. So you just don't have to worry about that special rewind that happens at all on stage 2. In terms of the hunger slot that you get a 1-turn hunger debuff. So we're using the Sanji unit here to take care of that. Theoretically, I could replace the Sanji unit here with the Shanks unit that we used in the Katakuri team, but he fits in that team much better, and it's only a 1.35 boost for Sanji versus the 1.4 boost for Shanks. So not a huge amount of difference there, and I'm not going for top hundreds or top 200. So those couple extra 100 points I might be missing out, it doesn't really matter to me in the long run. You do get 6 turns of attack down, so you want to make sure that you either take care of that with the Jinbei unit can do the attack down, or the Roger unit can do the attack down, just depending on what you're looking to do. You could use either one because it's not a requirement to have any of their specials, specific specials to deal with any of the gimmicks. So whatever one you want to use, either Roger or Jinbei, you can use on stage 2 to go ahead and get rid of that 6 turns of attack down. And then there's a 2-turn tandem or barrier using the friend captain 6+ Luffy special here. Will basically allow you to go ahead and set all your orbs to tandem. Will let you get through that content without too many issues there and get to the final stage. Now you might be wondering, why are we not using our friend captain 6+ Luffy here? And that's because we have support Momo on him, specifically because he takes care of the end of turn damage that we get on stage 3. He has a 6-turn resilience on stage 3, so that Momonosuke unit on Luffy will proc that attack at the end of the stage and just kind of help us get through there without too many problems. You do get bad matching orbs. They do a lot less damage, so you want to make sure that you have your tandem orbs there. As long as you have your tandem orbs going into the stage, which the friend Luffy captain will give you, you'll basically be able to go ahead and avoid that debuff altogether, which will be good. You do get 3 turns of damage nullification. So again, that's why we have the Ace unit here. His special would take care of the 3 turns of damage nullification. And then you also get a 6-turn attack down. So as I mentioned, if you use Jinbei in stage 2, use the Goldie Roger in stage 3, or vice versa. If you use Roger in stage 2, then go ahead and use the Jinbei in stage 3. Now you probably get more buffs or more damage if you use Roger in stage 3, so I'd probably recommend that. But that's kind of how we're going to get through that content. And yeah, so that will get us through without too much difficulty there. You do get a debuff if you get a base attack boost happen to you. So you just want to make sure that you're kind of factoring that in when you're kicking off these specials. Making sure that you don't get all your buffs cleared, once you have buffed your whole team. You want to use an attack boost early if you don't have it going into that final stage, and it'll just help you get through the content without too much difficulty there. So going into the final battle, which is the Intrusion Blackbeard. So this is a doozy, depending on what units you have. It makes it much easier if you have, all the legends, of course. We didn't pull Robin on this banner, so obviously we don't have her. But it's not the end of the world. So basically what happens on stage 2 is you get a 2-turn special rewind. So how we're dealing with this is the super type of the 6+ Luffy will reverse the specials by 2 turns, or give your character 2 turns of charge time to basically make it back to 0. So you'll be ready to go as soon as you use that. So the idea would be that you use your friend captain Luffy super type to get rid of that cooldown, and then you can use his special, your friend captain's Luffy special, to get rid of the block orbs that you get. In terms of, mixed up. You want to use your captain's special and super type because there is a resilience on stage 2. So we're actually using the Momonosuke support on this Luffy, like we were doing for the previous fight, to be able to just go ahead and do that end of turn damage. So on stage 2, you want to use your Luffy, or my Luffy. I'm going to use my Luffy's super type and special. And that will trigger the Momonosuke to go ahead and do the end of turn damage and get through that resilience on stage 2. We're using the Shanks unit here just to take care, basically, of the hunger. You get one turn of hunger debuff, so he'll just take care of that. He's just a higher point booster, and he'll get you through that. If you have type slots, they get badly matching, so obviously using the Friend Captain Luffy special will give us tandem orbs, which is perfect. I do have the support Garp on the Ace unit here because he'll help remove one turn of special bind, which you get on here to the whole crew. So it just makes so you don't have to worry about the special bind. And then lastly, your bottom right character will get blown away. I have Jinbei on here, whose level limit break ability gives them the ability to resist getting blown away. Makes it really easy. So just to recap, stage 2. Use the Luffy super type to get rid of the special rewind, special to get orbs. When using his special, it'll trigger the Momonosuke support, so you do the resilience, get taken care of that. Shanks takes care of the hunger. And then you have the Garp that's on the Ace unit to go ahead and take care of the special bind for one turn. So should be pretty straightforward to get through there. I'm not expecting too many problems. Now, the reason that I have Luffy as the captain on here and not the subs is because when you do the attack boost, it'll actually give you plus 2 turns to your attack boost there. So the special will give you 2, but because of the captain action, it will actually give you an additional turn for each captain that you have there. So you'll end up getting 4 turns of attack up, and what that will do is when you hit the Intimidate, you'll get that down to 3. And then when you beat the stage and go into stage 3, you'll have 2 turns of attack up. And the reason that you want to do that is because then you don't have to deal with the debuff that you get if you do attack boost on stage 3. You already have it. Won't have to worry about it. Just makes it a little bit easier. So on stage number 3, you get paralysis orbs. You get 13 turns of despair, 9 turns of bind, 7 turns of increased defense. And what they really want you to do here, and you also get 150k death hit. So what they really want you to do here, to take care of the paralysis orbs, we're just going to go ahead and use the Ace unit here. His special allows you to get rid of paralysis, so we'll turn the orbs to matching for you pretty simply. For despair, the Luffy special, so you use your Friend Captain Luffy special here because you used your captain in the previous turn. Your Friend Captain Luffy special will get rid of 20 turns of despair. Gets you through it pretty easily. In terms of bind, we have the Jinbei unit to get rid of 6 turns of bind, and then we have a couple of support units on here that will just help get rid of the rest without too many problems. Like I said, with the Jinbei, you have 6 turns of bind. With sockets, you should be able to do it without having to have any additional supports. But just to be safer, I have a couple additional on here just to be safe anyway. And then you also get a 7-turn increased defense as well. So this is where that Goldie Roger helps out. Not only will he take care of the defense that's there, he removes it completely, which is awesome, but he also gives you a 95% damage reduction for 1 turn. So that death hit of not 150k just gets wiped out, right? It'll just be a couple K hit when all that is said and done. So this is, almost close to the ideal team that Bandai wants you to use. Of course, if I had Robin, she would swap in where the Shanks unit is here. But other than that, this is kind of the exact boosted team that they'd want you to use. And it's kind of what we're going to be using for our event. So this is going to be my teams for the event. Hopefully, if you pull any of the Anniversary Legends, it helps you out a little bit and kind of gives you the thought process of how I'm going to be attacking these bosses. With all the units, it obviously doesn't seem like it'll be a bad TM at all. It'll be pretty quick. And it'll just be, getting to that 20 million points as quick as you can and just, then going however far you want to do ranking after that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what your teams are. Especially I'd love to hear what your teams are on the Invasion, just because they're kind of crazy. All the different gimmicks and debuffs that you see there. So let me know what your teams that you're using for the Invasion Blackbeard are. Love to hear them and see all the different team building that people are doing. Until next time, be kind to each other. Thanks.